The one thing I used to be good at was burning my bread, man. From having like FOMO and going out almost every weekend to having heavy addiction dependencies or outrageous 12-leg sports betting locks or just not knowing how to invest properly because the guy that has the rented Lambo told me this was a money making method. I used to make the worst money decisions that if I still did them currently, I'd probably be on the streets right now. And no, I'm not no Jeff Bezos, but I've been able to really focus up and cut out a lot of stupid spending habits as I've gotten older. And because of that, it's given me some more freedom that I'm very grateful to have. So I'll be talking about how to speedrun going broke. I mean, the first thing I want to talk about is gambling or sports betting, and this one pisses me off a lot because the thing about gambling nowadays, it's just so easy to get into it and caught up with it. Like it's been around forever, like ever since I was a kid. And I know a lot of people can relate to this. Like they got my ass at like 13, 14 years old on Counter-Strike gambling on those websites, man, where I forget the creators that got all caught up in this, T Martin or whatever, Face Banks. Like I was one of those stupid ass kids that would just waste my money, man. And like, especially like I didn't have a job. The only way I had money was cutting like my grandma's lawns and her neighbors. So like all that money I'll just be getting Face Banks more money, you know what I mean? And the reason it pisses me off a lot is I just feel like it's gone to the point where every ad, every commercial, every known celebrity is just constantly talking about sports betting or gambling. Like if I see Shaq or Kevin Hart, fat heads just on my screen talking about download DraftKings, bro, like that is just so disgusting. And it makes me sick to my stomach actually, because it just shouldn't be advertised as much as it is. So it just makes it feel like, I mean, even like watching live sports, they're literally putting up parlays on the screen during the game. So it just makes it feel like it's normal, especially when you just have access to all these sites just from your phone. And I'm not going to say like everybody or just the guy that cashes bets every once in a while for $20 is bad, but it will add up and it does get to a point. Like I found myself constantly looking for that next lock of the century and seeing everybody post their bets and their winnings talking about, dude, this is free cash. This is the easiest money you'll make. You gotta lock on. And I'm like, brother, if this was free cash, why are you still living with 4 other roommates with a single mini fridge, bro? And you know what's funny though is like these type of people, they'll never post their losses. You'd never see them post, hey, I just lost my grocery money because James Harden got 2 rebounds instead of 3. Like that's just a sad reality behind sports betting is you only see the one win over the previous 50 losses this person had. It's like you're watching someone hit the jackpot and then you're deciding you're going to quit your job tomorrow. Meanwhile, Vegas is like laughing in your face and thanking you for that small donation. But thankfully, I didn't get too caught up in gambling or sports betting. But there was a point where I would get paid every Friday, and by Monday, I was checking my account and realizing that it was going to be a struggle to get to the next payday because I was just dumping money into apps just for it to burn in the next 3 minutes. And it didn't stop there, actually. It was like there was a time where, like in the NBA Finals, like 3-4 years ago, I was betting and I was winning a lot. And that's the scary part about sports betting is it's not so much the losses, but it's the big wins that just keeps you hooked and going and going and going for that next big win. So I definitely get the appeal. Like I have a lot of friends that are or used to be very big sports betting addicts because it's like you get big wins that really change your life, and that's the thing that just drags you down. Because like I get it, like especially if you're a big sports fan, it really does make it's fun and it makes it a lot more interesting to watch the game and be in tune with it. So it's very disgusting and it's something that you really got to be careful with, especially at a younger age. But all I want you guys to know is it's just going to be a dead end because like if you just think about all the billions of dollars these apps and businesses are throwing into these to get you to come bet on their website, we'll just show you enough that you need to know about why you shouldn't get too addicted to this because they get very smart, like throwing you these free $5 here, $10 here, free parlays because at the end of the day, they're just going to take it right back. And for how smart they make you seem or how much of a winner they make you feel, just know it's never going to end right. And please just try to avoid gambling in just general. And this next one is probably the one that dragged me down the most, and that's addictions. I got caught with the nicotine very young, around like 16. I got introduced to chewing tobacco because I just used to be with the boys and explore the woods and nature and shit. So, like, of course, one of my buddies was like, dude, you got to try this shit. You're going to just spin off your knockers and it's just going to make this experience way better. And all of a sudden, I just couldn't be anywhere without the jewel in my hand. Like, I'm literally talking waking up, ripping that shit first thing in the morning. I mean, I would get so mad if I couldn't find that thing. And the crazy part is I was going through a couple packs of pods a week. And what were they, like 20, 30 bucks? And at that time, it didn't feel like a lot because in my mind, as an addict, it was like, it was a need. So I would make sure it would happen. Like, I'm talking only having the however much money left and you know where it went. And now, like, when I think back on it, I can just only cringe because of how much this addiction actually costed me. Because I'm talking at least 40 bucks a week for the last 6, 7 years. And chill. A crazy thing is it got to where the whole world was on nicotine. I was at the age where I was almost able to buy it for myself. And right when I got old enough, 2 months later, they changed the age to 21. And now you might think that's like a good thing. Like, I should have just realized, like, all right, I can't do this anymore. Like, I'm too young. But obviously, that's going to make you want it even more, you know? And this is like early stages of getting into the addiction. Like, at this point, we all did it to be cool, you know what I mean? Or that's what we thought. But as it went on, it became a need. And, like, I literally could not leave the house without that thing. It wasn't just phone, wallet, keys anymore. It was, where's my fucking jewel, dude? And we were supposed to be that generation, you know, off that shit. Like, we ain't gonna do the cigarettes. That shit's done for it. Like, if I saw someone smoking a cig at that time, I was like, you're cringe, dude. Like, what are you trying to do? Kill yourself? But, and then if all of a sudden, look at us just crippling addiction. And it's just disgusting and bad now that I think about it. And I myself know how hard it actually is to stop like a nicotine addiction. And I think just like the best thing to do is just realize the money being spent. Like, that's just be the first step in order to stop your addiction, is just realizing all the money just wasted for nothing. And that's just like a good place to start, is once you realize that, and then you just got to take it from there. And not only nicotine got me, but of course the weed, you know, like that was another thing that it was like, if I didn't have it at this night, it was just the end of the world. And now that I'm off of both of those, it kind of just, it feels good knowing that I'm not just wasting my money for nothing. And not only does it feel good to not just waste your money towards an addiction anymore, it's also just like feeling more healthy, because it probably only just brought you more pain or anxiety or depression. And obviously there's a lot more like harder addictions than just nicotine and weed. And I actually know a little bit of people that are actually addicted to the hard stuff, or were. And it's just, it's very sad. And it's really hard to stop. But just like thinking back on like all the money you spent and what it's done for you in your life, like really helped me. And if you can just avoid addictions in general, or just be aware of it, I think that's like a good first step. Next is I want to talk about going out every weekend. And now I think when you're young, or in like school especially, there's big pressure on going out. Like the feeling of just missing out on these years, or you're only going to be this young once, or just seeing like all your boys, or, you know, your baddies just posting that their nights are looking so fun, like they're having the best times of their life. So, I mean, of course, you're going to have yourself thinking like, damn, I should be me out there, like, you know, chatting it up with the baddies, hanging with the dogs. But I didn't think as I got older, like that pressure would still, like, you know, be on me, of like the fear of missing out. But like me, you'll learn like very fast that these things really do add up, and had me telling myself like I couldn't be keep going out every weekend. Like, guys, I don't know where y'all are from, but a Red Bull vodka was running me like damn near $20, and a beer was like $10 minimum. So like obviously you didn't want to just be on beer because everybody else is having a great time. So you wanted to go for the more stronger one. So you're ending up spending that extra money. And it really didn't hit me like spending that much until I stopped going out for a while, like just relaxing, chilling at the crib, gaming or whatever. Just something that didn't require money is when I realized how much money is actually just going out drinking with the boys. Also, it just had me feeling better and just have a way more clear mind. I mean, I wasn't getting like blacked out or hammered every time, but even drinking a little bit like just fucks with your brain and like your body a lot. But I mean, I was finding myself like way more clear and a lot more rested. I mean, there's nothing worse than just waking up after a night out and feeling like absolute dog shit and scared to like check your phone and your bank account because you just spent hella bread. But it was worse when you had to like clock in the next day or two, just feeling so shitty. And that you just had to grind through this week, get through it, just so you could do it again. And don't get me wrong, I mean, I'm not no goody two shoes. Like, I'll still find myself going out for some fun and spend a good, chunk of money every once in a while. But I will say the amount of times I used to go out and drink and spend a shit ton of money has definitely went down, and I'm just way more happy and way better financially from it. And I mean, it's very hard to go out in general and not spend a lot of money, but I've been able to really find like a middle ground, which I think is very important. And also when I do find myself going out, it's like for a special occasion, like a birthday or. So it just makes it feel a lot better, and it's honestly you end up having a lot more fun because you don't do it often. But I do just want to let you guys know that I'm not saying to like isolate yourself, stay inside, and never go out because that just brings a lonely, boring, time wasted life, you know? But what I am saying is don't feel bad for enjoying time spent with the people you enjoy, but also don't feel like that pressure from going out every week and just to find that like happy balance. And just know that it's okay. Like the boys are all like hitting you up or the baddies. Just know it's okay to say no and just it's also okay to just enjoy your time wisely. Next, I really wanted to talk about like investing, like not so wisely, but honestly, I didn't invest too much where I lost a lot of money. But when I was a young kid, probably about 18, maybe 19 actually, I did follow these gurus and I would try to invest like they did. And it's like, it's crazy about investing is because people can make fart coins and squirrel nut coins, and I would fall for that type of shit back then. So basically, what I want to say about investing is actually do hardcore research in investing and maybe find yourself a mentor. But from my experience, the best type of trading or investing is long term. Like, I know it's at this point, everybody's telling you got to start that 401k, boy, or that Roth IRA and work 40 years. I mean, yes and no. Like, I'm not saying to do that, but definitely you want to build for retirement and you want to long term invest. And don't just do short term gambles because at that point, it just becomes like you're at a casino. And one of the major things I learned in investing is, I mean, most beginners, they don't invest. They'll just like chase that stock. Like they'll see the stock go up 300% and think they have to get in and invest on it before it's too late. But in reality, it's probably too late. Like if you go to your barber and he's talking about a stock, or you're traveling and your Uber driver's like, dog, you got to hop on this stock, blah, 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 or everybody's just talking about a certain stock, it's probably too late because they just want you to buy high. And then they'll get scared because it drops 20% and they'll sell low. That's basically just called the classic buy high, sell low strategy. I'm sure you guys probably heard of that. But don't even get me started on the bullshit crypto hype cycles. Like every few years, like those fart coins, meme coins will come out. Like the next one's probably going to be a Pokemon character. But people will just throw their life savings into it because like someone online just said, trust me, bro. And I've fallen into this many, many times trying to get rich overnight. But I mean, social media, they convince everyone that if you're not making like six figures, by age 22, you failed, you know? But investing could actually be boring. It's just putting money away consistently and waiting and ignoring like what goes up, what goes down, and then you just wait some more. But it's basically the opposite of what we've been ingrained into our brain of just our dopamine addicted brains. Like we want Lamborghini returns, but we're not patient enough to, wait for the fucking 5 minute microwave. You know what I mean? So the truth is, investing, you're just planting a tree. You don't dig it up every week, but you just want to do a long term kind of invest. So, as I have not much to say about investing, I can say plant that seed, water it, and just let it grow and be patient. Getting rich slowly is still getting rich. So, yes, I do think you should invest, but please, please do research and, yep, don't get fooled like I did. But that's just some of the ways that you could definitely end up going broke or on the streets or even worse. I don't want to get in too deep about that. But that's going to be a wrap on this. I hope you guys did enjoy this video or maybe got some intel on life. But I appreciate you guys. Thanks for hanging around with bro. I know I'd be yapping too much. And yep, I'll see you guys in the next one. Appreciate you guys.